happening, guys? I've been doing a lot of research recently and I've picked out 10 awesome facts about video games that I really enjoyed. Some are incredibly creepy. I wanted to bring them to the table today to see what you guys thought. They're in no particular order, but here are my top 10 facts of video games. So, number 1. In the game Doom, there was a shocked expression that doesn't appear in the game much due to a glitch in the source code. Initially, developers wanted to have this face when the player took damage points of over 20 points or more. Due to the glitch in the code, what actually happens is when the player collects a medipack and levels up by 20 points on their health whilst taking damage, that face appears. It's kind of back to front, and unfortunately it is a glitch but was never meant to happen. So I thought that the shocked face in Doom was a great way to start my top 10 facts. Second fact, Final Fantasy. Why is it called Final Fantasy when there are numerous Final Fantasy games? That's because Final Fantasy was due to be the final game that Square Enix produced before they went bankrupt. Yes, they were due to go bankrupt and one more game was going to be produced. However, the irony was that that game was so successful that it turned everything round, Square stayed afloat, and here we are today. We're about to have Final Fantasy 15 dropped on us, so that's why the game is called Final Fantasy. Number 3. In 2000 we saw the release of the game Do X, and in that game there is a panoramic of the New York skyline with the Twin Towers missing. Now this is incredibly creepy as it was a year before the 9/11 incident. The in-game explanation for the missing Twin Towers was that terrorists attacked them, therefore knocking them to the ground. The real reason behind the missing Twin Towers was that there were texture limitations around the memory and development of getting them into the actual game, so they just left them out and used that in-game explanation of terrorism to explain it to players. Creepy. Number 4. Mega Man was originally going to be called Rockman, however the name was changed because Nintendo of America didn't want Americans to confuse it with Cocaine Man. Cocaine Man? I get it, but there we go. That's why it was changed to Mega Man. Resident Evil? Biohazard. Why the difference? So Biohazard was unable to be copyrighted in North America, so Capcom at the time ran a competition for the game to be renamed. Who knows which lucky employee it was that won the competition, but their winning name, as we know, was Resident Evil. That person could have been a caretaker or a janitor, could have been anyone, could have been somebody in the canteen of Capcom, who knows, but it was a competition. That's where Resident Evil comes from. Number 6, Halo 2 was delayed because of partial nudity claims, it would appear. On the PC, on the Vista version, yes, there was a developer's arse hanging out shown here. Somebody found it in the code and the game had to be pulled away from retailers before release, redone, certain parts, the arsehole taken out clearly, and shipped back out. So yes, partial nudity claims due to a developer's arse was why Halo was delayed. 7. Minecraft. It took 49 minutes for the players to release the first still, the first image of what could be done within the game. Here is the picture. Whilst it doesn't look like much, it's incredibly iconic that this was the first released image that somebody had created of the Minecraft world. Number 8. Nintendo have been a company since 1889, initially specialising in playing cards. However, in the 60s, they created vacuums. Here's a Nintendo vacuum in action. Master Chief's true identity is a complete mystery, and if you complete Halo 4 on Legendary difficulty, you get a glimpse of his face right at the end of the game. Here is all you see. 10. Grand Theft Auto was originally called Race and Chase, whereby you didn't play a criminal, you played a police officer. Due to glitches and modifications on the code, The story just kind of evolved into you being a criminal as the main protagonist versus the police officers in the evasive missions. The name was also changed to suit that change in character roles. So there we go guys, they're my 10 facts. I think they're awesome. My favourite one is about Final Fantasy. Please rate, comment and subscribe. I have an episode of Games We Never Knew coming up. Any questions, comments, leave them below or join us on Facebook. But for now guys, take care.